everybody, my name is Allison Ostrander and I am the Director of Risk Tolerance here at Simpler Trading. And in today's video, I want to talk about a potential setup on FAST. Now this is a trade over in the small lots room here at Simpler Trading that we have already taken. We actually jumped into this yesterday and whenever it had broken above the 10 and 30, held it as support, decided to jump into a trade to play up towards 43. So we took that off this morning for a quick win. But the reason why I'm sharing it with you guys is because I'm considering a re-entry on this because I like the overall setup depending on how this looks into the close. The things I really like about this trade here is the fact that it once again held support at the low of today, is making a nice bullish divergent bar. For those of you unfamiliar with that indicator, you're basically looking for the possibility of a higher high compared to the bar that prints the bullish divergent bar signal within the next 3 bars. And 9 out of 10 times on FAST, you usually get that follow through with a higher high. So really good follow through rate. On top of the bullish divergent bar, we see Bollinger Bands starting to flare open. We have momentum starting to build up off the 0 line, plenty of room to move higher. We're getting a bullish signal here on the compound breakout tool, and we have a daily squeeze. To top it all off, earnings is coming up, and as we know, sometimes these earnings can get a run up from the price going into the announcement. The only hesitation I have about FAST right now is the possibility of 43 kind of acting as a price resistance level. When we zoom in a bit more, you can see that's where the prior highs stalled at. So that's why this was my first target, and I would be mindful of that from a capital risk point of view. Now for trade ideas, FAST has monthly expirations. The benefit of the July monthly not only being close is that it's after the anticipated earnings announcement. So ideally, this should hold on to its premium and theta a little bit better compared to if this expiration came before earnings. I was in the 42.50 prior. I mean, depending on your risk tolerance, that's of course not bad. You could look at that to jump in as a re-entry. For myself, trying to keep that risk a little bit smaller, I wouldn't mind going slightly out of the money, maybe the 43.75 strike, just to keep my risk a little bit. Ooh, this is, sorry guys, this is acting a bit slow here. Let's just clear that. I wouldn't mind going with the 43.75 just to keep my capital risk a little bit lower for myself, with the idea that we break above this 43 price resistance and keep moving to the upside. You may consider waiting until tomorrow, see if it gives you a little bit of a pullback entry. That way you have room to play into 43, if not for the break to the upside. But I think this one looks interesting and still viable if you're in the small lots room and left on a runner, right? That might be the way to go about it. For those of you who maybe struggle to find setups like this, right? If this is a little bit too subjective for you on your trading, I do want to give a shout out to my 15-minute strategy that I do on SPX and ES for futures. You can trade it on both. The very nice thing about this strategy is there's no indicators involved. It is a very straightforward concept. My targets and rules will be the same as yours each day because that is how straightforward and robotic the strategy is. And so I wanted to highlight that for anyone maybe looking to just give 15 minutes of their time for something that's a little less subjective, as sometimes other chart setups can be, and want something very straightforward to follow along with. There's a new trading opportunity each morning to take this trade, as long as you can give up around 15 minutes of your time at the start of the trading day. This is a viable strategy. And just to let you guys know, last week trading this on SPX, if you followed all of the rules, you should have ended up with around a $6.30 profit per contract, or $630 per contract. So it was a very nice week last week for this setup. It's overall been a very consistent strategy for me. Not every trade's a winner, but our winners have still offset the losers to date. And that right now is on sale in the Simpler store for the 4th of July Independence Day sale. So I did want to highlight this for anyone who's interested. I'll make sure there's a link in the summary so you can go and check that out. But otherwise, for those of you looking for more traditional plays, if you will, for swing setups, I think fast will be an interesting contender, and I'll be curious to see how it goes into the close around this $43 level. As always, my fellow Jedis, may the trade be with you, and I look forward to talking to you next time. Bye. Hey, Allison Ostrander here, Director of Risk Tolerance at Simpler Trading. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like and comment down below to help us out. Also, be sure to subscribe and click the bell icon so you can get notified when we release our next video. And if you want to watch us trade in real time using our own money, go to simplertrading.com to learn how to sign up. As always, may the trade be with you, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.